Will you be home for the holidays or at the office? A new survey by staffing firm Robert Half shows most American workers will not be spending the last days of 2015 in full carefree bliss with friends and family. 59% say they plan to work at least part of the week of December 28th. Here with more insight into the holiday plans of American workers this year is Robert Half District President Billie Watkins. Billie, great to see you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much.
So almost 60% of American workers are going into the office. Do we know how much of that week they plan to go in? Is it one day? Is it the full week?
Well, the survey basically surveyed whether or not you're going to take the full week or parts.
Right.
And so there's a number of, numbers in that space, but in general,
right,
you're either going to be in or out that week.
And these people that are going in, do they plan to actually get stuff done?
Well, so that was interesting, right? Almost 80% indicated they plan to be productive. I guess you have to define what productive means.
Right.
And then the other interesting stat was 60% indicated that they were going to be engaged or connected, whether they were in or out.
Right.
Of that 60%, I thought this was very interesting information. Almost, or a little over 70% in the Northeast said they plan to be connected and engaged.
So it seems like the Northeast region will be working over the holidays more than the rest of the country?
That's what it seems.
That's what it seems like.
Well, we're in the Northeast, so there you go.
And how many people are taking that week off entirely for vacation?
So those numbers were about 30%. Okay. I think it was 34% was the exact stat.
And of that group, how many of those are doing it because their company is just shutting down for
the mandate? 52%.
Wow. Wow.
And so we're tracking that information because if you look at that, about 80-ish% of that are paid for that time off.
Right.
There are some environments where it's a mandatory close and you have to work through, your vacation time and payment for that time off.
Now, there are a lot of companies for whom that last week can be a make or break important week. You've got to get into the office because you've got to get some stuff done, right? So,
well, and I think that's why this information is interesting, particularly this year. And I was thinking about this, when we were planning for our discussion. More and more, all business is mobile. You can do a lot of things everywhere and global. And so the traditional 8 to 5 workday really kind of is almost a thing of the past when you think about certain industries.
Yes, so and then you can check in so easily right now, right? So, but it's interesting that some people do say they will not even be checking in.
Yeah.
And they tend to be more women than men that say they're not checking in, right?
Well, yes, that was men significantly more plan to check in.
Yes.
And so you mentioned kind of industries, like in the legal profession, billable hour requirements might impact what you're doing. Retail, you're kind of working. Those are peak periods.
Absolutely.
Sales professionals may have quotas to hit.
Yes.
And a lot of this impacts your performance or your year-end bonus.
Absolutely.
There could be some budget dollars that might expire if you don't use them, so you want to get things done. I really, I looked at that men versus women stat. Obviously, everyone's individual. There could be a number of reasons why that was the result.
Sure.
I would like to continue looking into
that was definitely, it's an interesting...
I plan to check in.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's an interesting thing to delve into. And also the age of the workers who plan to be productive over that time.
That was interesting. So that 55-plus demographic indicated that they were going to be highly productive. And so then the demographic 35 and under came in about half of that percentage point.
I wonder if that's because the older group probably doesn't have little kids at home that they have to...
I was thinking that may be it. I also thought that maybe there's some motivations and experiences about what you should be doing at that time of the year that impact.
So interesting. Do some further research into that,
they were very interesting.
Absolutely. Billie Watkins, thank you so much for that.
Thank you very much.